It is on the dot, 6:30 Mountain Time. So I want to share something with you really quickly before we get to the wins of the week. It is not letting me share what I want it to. So I won't share it. I will just teach it and you can just pretend there's a visual that goes with it. But I wanted to talk about something that Dr. Anderson talks about in the Life book. He talks about having, as we take charge of our health and write the stories of our lives and rewrite our futures. We're not rewriting our past, we're writing our futures. And it's exciting to think about all the things that we can change. Sometimes change is really uncomfortable, but there's two different mindsets that Dr. A talks about in the Life book. He talks about a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And a fixed mindset, we sometimes say, is below the line. Below the line means that you're closed and you think you're right. And maybe there's not a whole lot of creativity or openness in your life at that point. We all do it. We're all in that space often. And above the line is where we find the growth mindset. And with the growth mindset, we're open and we're curious and we're willing to see things in a different light. So I wanted to just give you a couple little snippets of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset with a few different things, because a lot of times we think that our intelligence is fixed. Like, I'm not the smart one of my family. My brother went to Yale, so he must be the smart one. And it's not necessarily true. So with a fixed mindset, we think that skills are something we're born with. With a growth mindset, we believe that skills come from hard work and that we can always improve. We see challenges with a fixed mindset as something to avoid and could reveal a lack of our skill. But as the growth mindset, we see them as an opportunity to grow, and we should embrace our challenges. Also, with feedback, sometimes in a fixed mindset, we get a little bit defensive and we might take it personally. And in a growth mindset, we are looking for feedback. Our life is a science project, something to learn from, something to identify areas to improve. And then also when we have setbacks, a lot of times with a fixed mindset, we blame others, we get discouraged. And as we see it with a growth mindset, we use it as a wake-up call to work harder next time. I also want to say, because this is the win of the week, Zoom, that sometimes we see successes that same way and we accredit ourselves and we're so proud of ourselves. Yes, we want to celebrate, but also it's interesting. Sometimes my dad used to tell me, you win or you learn. And sometimes in wins, we forget to learn the lesson. So I'm just challenging you and your wins to notice these habits you're instilling in your life, because it's helping you change a lot of things, not just the way you eat, not just the way you think, but all of the things in life that you do. If you can just stop, and we learned about Stop Challenge Choose last week, if you can just stop and take a breath and think about what you're learning, imagine how much more you could learn. So I am excited to hear your wins this week. Please share. Does anyone want to? We're trusting you to come off mute on your own today. So I want to hear a couple wins of the week. Let's go. Or any comments you might have.
I will go.
Oh, go ahead, Ray.
I was having a big struggle of a week, and normally I would not have reached out to my coaches because I don't like feeling dumb. And I know that, like, I logically know that my coaches won't think I'm dumb, but my brain tries to tell me otherwise. But I chose to reach out to them and just like open up to them about my struggles. And we really dug in to why I may be feeling the way that I was. And it really made a big difference. And I was able to feel a lot lighter. And I feel like I can continue going on my path. Whereas a few days ago, I wasn't sure if I was capable. So I'm very proud of myself for reaching out to my coaches when I normally wouldn't have.
I love that. It's so easy to isolate, isn't it, Ray? when things get a little bit hard, we want to just dive right back into our own little selves and disappear from our community. And here in Optavia, we challenge you to reach out. When you're celebrating, reach out. When you're struggling, reach out. When things are however they are, we want to hear how things are going. Anyone else want to share?
I'll share.
Awesome.
I struggle sometimes with sleeping, and last night was one of those nights. And normally I would just turn off my phone, the alarm, and wake up when I wake up. And I laid there thinking, if I'm going to show up for myself in the morning, then I better not do that. And so I actually just moved my alarm for an hour, and then I got up and abbreviated my first little part of my morning and still did it. So I think that was a win.
That's a huge win, Gina. I love that. And did you feel empowered by rescheduling your activities like that?
After I was up for about, when the alarm went off, I was like, I questioned it again. But I got up and I'm like, no, I'm going to show up for me. And I was like, in the first 10 minutes, I was like, what am I doing? But then for the rest of the day, I've been really good. So I'm glad I got up.
I love that. And you know, guys, sometimes I think we forget that we can renegotiate with ourselves. Sometimes there are things that might happen out of our control and we need to renegotiate. Sometimes they're in our control and we still need to renegotiate with ourselves. But I love that you showed up, Gina. I love that you chose, like, I'm showing up today and I'm showing up for me. That's a powerful win right there. Can we have one more? Yes. I can't see your name. Linda.
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
I had an interesting experience this week where I got to use Stop Challenge Choose. I opened the car door and I posted about this as well. I opened the car door and one of my very favorite foods was in the back seat that I hadn't purchased, but my husband had. It's a kind of trail mix that has very little trail mix, but an awful lot of chips in it, chocolate chips, peanut butter, and white chocolate. And my hand was like a death grip on this thing. And I did stop. Okay, I'm taking a breath. Challenge, what does this, I've had enough of these. I know what they're like. And what happens when I eat them, I lose faith in myself and my strengths. And I get leg cramps these days from sugar. And I don't want the calories and I don't want to feel like that. So I went back in the house. I chose not to have it. I went back in the house and yelled at my husband and told him to get that bleep to bleep thing out of there. So then 11:30 at night comes, and I'm telling you guys, 11:30, my skill sets, my strengths, I don't even know what the name Optavia means. So I tootle out to the garage and he goes, where are you going? And I said, to get some water. Yeah, right. And I opened up the door and I was so glad it wasn't there. And so I was really grateful. And I posted about that too, because I know that I don't have all my strengths at 11:30 at night. And that's a good thing to be aware of as well. So Stop Challenge Choose an awareness of stronger times in my day than others, plus posting it all over the place and talking about it as opposed to hiding that little secretive behavior of sneaking after something.
Linda, I love that. What an empowering experience. Way to go. Thanks for sharing. And you brought up something up that I'm really excited that I want all of you to hear what she said, sharing your wins. So I want to challenge each and every one of you this week to find a win, no matter how small it is. And I want you to share that win on your social media. And I want you to hashtag show up or show up challenge. And share it with your friends, share it with your family, talk about it, because it does rewire your brain to think about these wins, talk about them, focus on them. When you set an intention to them and celebrate them, you're going to have more of them. This is called your reticular activating system, and it's going to find more and more and more of those wins to see in your life. And it's also going to create more and more of those, because that's what you're putting out to the universe, or whatever you want to call it. So I want to hear a bunch more. Who has another win? Vicky, can you come off mute?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So my win for the week is there was a 5K run on Saturday morning for a family in our that used to live in our neighborhood whose husband committed suicide. And so it was a mental health suicide awareness run. And and all the money was going to that family. So I decided to go, and I invited my sister along, and I was just planning on walking, but she encouraged me to run the whole time. And I ran the entire 3.1 miles or whatever, how long it was, without stopping except to untangle my dog around me. But other than that, I was just so surprised that I did it and that I could do it running. And I'm really sore the next day and still today, but still it was my win. And I was really proud of myself, and I did post it on Facebook as well. Yay.
That's amazing. Vicki, congratulations. I want to ask a follow-up question to you. When was the last time you ran a 5K?
11 years ago.
That's
But I've been walking 2 to 3 miles every day, almost every day, but I hadn't run at all. I just walked. So that was an accomplishment for me. So yeah, it's been 11 years since I was able to do that. So
I love that. And I heard several things that I want to point out that she shared with us, you guys. She didn't think she could, but she invited her sister to come with her, and her sister knew she could.
yeah,
Having that support system is so powerful, you guys. Your coach, your friends, your community, your family, buddies, all of us.
yeah,
We lift each other. A rising tide lifts all ships. And we accomplish things we never could imagine with our support system and in our back pocket. So if you feel like you don't have a support system, reach out to your coach, because they will be that for you. And I promise you, they believe in you and will believe in you long after you quit, you give up on yourself. And Vicki, I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that. And I'm glad you shared it on social media too. Who else has one?
thank you.
Hey, Kat, I want to share one.
Awesome, Shan.
So you talk about support system, get your support system. You know who has been an amazing support system is my kids, because if any of you have done something like a 66-day challenge or something, it's basically like where you track for 66 days some simple micro habit and just showing up. It's really what we're doing here, basically just in a different way. And so I started that this summer, and I got going on it. And quite frankly, I kind of forgot about it. I hung up my challenge and I just forgot about it. But what I did do is I got my kids involved on it. I had all my kids pick something that they could do too, their small little micro habit. And so a couple days in, they started reminding me, and they kept me on track all summer. And it has been so fun that we're just completing, my son just completed his just this weekend, and I'm about to finish mine and actually extend it into what I wanted to do for this show up challenge, or this show up thing, where I wanted to just wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and by 7 a.m. and put my shoes on. That was during the summer because I felt myself going into sleeping in mode. And I just wanted to at least put my shoes on. If I get on a walk, great, but at least I was going to put my shoes on. And so I did it. And I have to say, it was my son that kept me going the whole time, the 66 days. If it weren't for him, I would have quit like 20 days. So there's a little tip, get your kids involved.
Oh, I love that, Shan. I want to ask, what was your, do you want to share any of your kids' things that they did? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So they all had different ones. One of my sons, he wanted to do a back bend walkover every day. He wanted to do like gymnastics for 10 minutes, but we just started with back bend walkover. Another one wanted to shoot hoops. Another one wanted to say a prayer every day. Another one, I can't remember the other one, but yeah, those are some of them.
I love that. You guys, these are all just simple little fun micro habits. I love that you made it fun and you involved everybody in your family. Are you guys seeing this? Guess what? Success leaves clues. Does anyone else have a win? I'd love to hear some more if we have any. Yes, Laura.
Okay, so the beginning of July, I set a goal for myself that I would spend 100 hours outside by August 30th. And I thought it was a stretch. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. 1 month in, every day I would keep track of how many hours I would spend outside. And 1 month in, I counted and I was already over 100 hours and I was floored. I was just like, wow. it was easy. It wasn't hard at all. And I'm going to keep going and see how far I can go. And I'm just really proud of myself.
I love it. How does being outside help you?
Well, being in the sun helps. It helps my mood.
Yes.
It helps, I'm exercising more, and that helps me feel better about myself and my abilities. And I'm exploring a lot more. It's just really fun.
I love that so much. The vitamin D, science right there. Good mood, working
Yeah.
out, moving, exploring. Those are beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
have to
you.
See how many hours we can be outside. I love that. Anyone else have one they want to share? Am I missing anyone?
I can share one real quick.
Awesome.
So last week, we were on our way to do like a birthday dinner for one of my sons, and we were listening to this on the way there. And in my mind, I was like hungry, and I didn't want to like stick to my plan. And I was like, I'm just going to get pizza. And the more I listened to this, I was like, no, I'm going to get a salad. It's going to be fine. And I got a salad, and it was fine. And it was just so crazy to me that just like tuning in and being inspired by you guys, strengthened my resolve to stick to my plan.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, this is such a powerful Zoom for me. And I love hearing your wins, because a couple weeks into challenges, especially long 90-day challenges, 66-day challenges, sometimes we do little 10-day ones and they're like so high energy and easy. But like, we come here on Mondays and we get fed, and I get fed by you guys. And we, like I said earlier, rising tide lifts all ships. We all get to grow and learn and share our energy together. So I want you to do two things. If you haven't posted, I want you to post. And the other thing I want you to do is invite someone else to this Zoom next week. That means that you have to help. They have to have something to share that's a win, right? So invite them to the challenge and this Zoom, because I love hearing this. And I think everybody in the challenge could benefit from this energy that you share, and all these successes and these wins and these ideas. I'm so inspired. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to show up completely even more than I am working on myself. So I love that last week Amber shared a little bit of a meditation, and I want to just end with that, if that's okay with you guys. Everybody just sit up straight in your chairs if you can, feet on the floor, hands on your lap, or on your heart if you want. I like with my heart. I put my hands on my heart a lot when I meditate. So take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. I want you to find an image of your healthy self, your healthiest self. See that person in your mind's eye right now. This is the you that's inside you. This is the true you. See what that person looks like. As much specific detail as you can in your inner senses. How do you feel being your healthiest self? See it, hear it, feel the gratitude as if it's already done. Breathe and feel that gratitude as much as you can. Throughout the day, anytime you can bring this image and accompanying feeling of gratitude to your awareness. You can say, I am grateful for my health. I am getting healthier in all ways. I am loved. I am worthy. I am grateful for my body. Take one more breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel free to open your eyes. Enjoy that feeling you have right now, and take this into your week and share it with everybody you know. We'll see you guys next Monday.